Hey, and welcome back to another Animal Crossing video. Today, I will be removing all of the facial hair from the characters in our 10 worst facial hair videos. So we'll be shaving them down, giving them a clean shave, and just seeing how they look. So let's start with our number 10, which was Bud, and we'll just zoom on in here. So Bud should be pretty easy. We just have to get rid of this little patch right here. And I think it'll be pretty easy to do. We can just use our good old stamp tool after we rasterize this layer. And I always duplicate it just in case. But we'll use our stamp tool by hitting S and just kind of coloring it in here. We can even use this as like a guideline too, but the problem is his shirt will definitely get grabbed over here, so we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. So that's not actually too bad. It was pretty quick to just kind of clear it out, but I did want to point out something I noticed. And this doesn't have to do with his beard. Even if we bring the original one with his beard back, there's actually a seam right on his mouth. And I feel like that's just where they mirrored this part of his mouth to this side, and it didn't connect quite properly, and I just thought that was kind of funny. But here is Bud with and without his beard. So it doesn't actually make that big of a difference. He looks pretty normal. His beard was definitely way more tame compared to the rest of the crew. So I don't think we had too much to worry about over here, but he looks pretty good. So Gruff will actually be pretty easy because most of his sideburns are kind of covered by the fact that he, is facing forward and you can't really see much. So this won't take too long to clean up. We can just kind of steal some of his sides over here. The bigger part is his beard down here. We have to kind of fill in where his shirt was. So we'll bring in our good friend Kat to kind of help us with that, and we'll take some of her shirt and bring it over here. Alright, so there he is without his sideburns and without his beard. So took a little bit of finagling, but from far away he looks good. We're not going for perfection, but he doesn't look too bad. He has a very low hairline, but that's not the thing we had an issue with. It was mostly his sideburns. I actually didn't have a problem with his beard at all, but it's still kind of fun to see what he looked like. So here is, let's drag in his before and after. Not too much of a difference, but just enough to notice the sideburns for sure. It doesn't look like he's wearing a hood anymore. Okay, next up is Vic. I think he'll be a little easier. Basically what we can do is just create this section of color to match his normal yellow. So we'll see how that goes. And first we'll rasterize later, and we will select this and start going at it. Okay, so we got rid of most of this. We're just going to use the stamp tool on the rest of his little face here and just fill in that little extra line. Not too bad. That was a really quick one. It didn't take too long, and his nostrils are a little bit brighter. We can always go in, and if we don't like it, we can just go in and delete that. So they look a lot more deep now that his nose isn't there, but I think I liked him a little bit lighter. But yeah, it looks not bad. It's here's before and after. It's super easy. See, Vic, it wasn't that bad. You don't actually look that bad. But again, I feel like the beard fits his Viking look a little bit more, but it's still fun to see what he looks like without it. Okay, we'll bring in everybody's favorite. I've actually done his face before for a different reason, when I was swapping it with Raymond's face, but it's actually not too bad to do. This is another one where we can just color pick, grab his beard itself, and then just change it from there. So it's not too much of a big deal to do. We can do it pretty quickly. And again, we just have a little bit of cleanup to do around the outside of it, which isn't too bad. I feel like we'll probably have to do it on this layer though. There we go. He actually doesn't look that much different without his beard. His beard really isn't the worst part about this character design that most people have an issue with. I think it mostly lies in the beady eyes and the mouth itself, but because there's a lot of bearded villagers that actually look fine, and his beard isn't actually too bad. In case you ever wanted to know what he looked like, it's still nice to see. Okay, so here's another one of those characters where their facial hair isn't really too bad. It's more so some other hair that's a little weird, but you know what, we can just remove both just to see what it'll look like here. But good old Beardo. I can already tell this was a huge mistake. We're gonna just try to be a little sneaky about this and just do this to smooth out this whole area. Yimonka. Alright, that's fine. But one thing we didn't really think about is what kind of mouth he should have. So we are gonna go borrow a mouth from one of our friends. And that friend will be Mr. Teddy. Because they kind of have similar noses, and I feel like it shouldn't be too hard just to grab his little nose and stick it on over. Oh, he actually looks kind of cute with that nose. And we will just... He looks so different. Well, he looks awful. I used to not really care for Beardo and his like side chin and his mustache, but like seeing him without it is incredibly weird and I hate it. So sometimes be careful what you wish for, right? He definitely looks a lot more naked, I guess. He really does look very naked. So this one should be super duper simple because all we have to do is get rid of just a tiny bit because we can just go over and cover it very quickly. I mean, if we wanted to be even more lazy, we could just circle around this. That'll do a better job than I ever could anyway. There we go. Not bad. Too bad we took away his motto from him, but yeah. Not much of a difference. It's very easy to imagine him without it because it was so minor. It was such a minor detail that made such a big impact. Oh boy, this one. I don't even know whether I should just get rid of this part and leave his mouth. I think I'm gonna leave the inside part of his mouth. And it's just the outside that we really want to take care of. So what we will do is grab this and just change the color of it and see how that works. Well, it wasn't the most graceful edit, but at the very least we got something going on. I still feel like his mouth is a little strange, but I don't know what else I can do for him. I guess maybe keeping his beard is... Maybe that's why he grew a beard, is because the little mouth bit is so unsettling. I don't know. We can always see what he would look like with a just green mouth, but then he would look like a very boring frog, so... At least his beard gave him character. Okay, so Lindberg, we will just probably... There's not a lot of saturation in his beard or any color besides blue, so we might just have to paint over him with his surrounding colors, so let's give that a go. That's not too bad. He actually looks very cute without it. I think I like him without his beard. So I feel like the worse the beard gets, the more I'm gonna end up liking them as we remove. Because a lot of the beards actually haven't been too bad. I think this is the first one that I'm like, you know what? I like him without the beard more than with. So I'm glad we are getting to see a clean shaven Lindberg. So here is with and without. Not bad. I goofed up his sleeve a little bit. We can ignore that. Coach is another one of those characters where I think we'll be able to just add some saturation. It's a little hard because this is black and white, but we might be able to add some saturation to it and then be able to go from there. So let's see how it'll turn out. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. So what we might have to do is just we will alpha lock this. We'll remove his mouth from the picture, and we are just going to see what we can do here by coloring it in. Wow, that actually is a super nice He's very yellow, and he's very plain, but I really like it. I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like he looks so young. Like, this is him, like, post 10 years after being an athlete, and that's like when he was young and fresh and smelled like deodorant versus smelling like trash. I don't know. But yeah, it actually looks really good without it. I know it adds character to have the scruffy beard, but I don't know. There's something really cute about him without it. And our final friend here, this is definitely going to be the most interesting one because, you know, Harry's facial hair just like defines him very much, and he's definitely going to look a bit more plain, but I don't know, I feel like this will be really interesting to see, especially because the shape is like so different than all the other ones we've done so far. So let's just go ahead and grab all of this. Okie doke, so that kind of helped a little bit. Let's just merge these together. And then we will use our good old friend here. And then clean up this edge right over here. Wow. Even just without the scruffy bit, like leaving this kind of weird... I mean, it doesn't really make sense now that he doesn't have a beard here, but like even just leaving this, he looks really good. It'd be kind of cute to see like the lighter part as like a little tummy piece, but yeah, he looks so nice. Why couldn't they just have this to begin with, or just add like a little scruffy, not like, you know, huge forest. Wow. Oh, I like him so much. Although his name wouldn't really make any sense now, would it? So, but he looks so cute. Well, I'm pretty happy with how these all came out, so I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video. I just thought it would be kind of fun to go back to everybody that we so greatly kind of like ragged on. I know it started as a joke, but they look pretty good. Except for Beardo, he looks a little strange. Daryl looks fine. Vic looks really nice. Gruff looks pretty much the same, to be honest with you. And Bud pretty much looks the same as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I have a lot of fun doing these, even if they are for a joke, so feel free to let me know in the comments if you want more photoshopping videos, or if you even want a tutorial on how I do some of the things I do, whether it's face swapping or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your night at, you know, 2 a.m. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!